I'm going to take a deep dive into something that we don't talk about enough, in my opinion, and that is mindset. You already have the clinical skills, you already have the vision, but do you have the mental toughness to get your practice where it needs to be? I am hitting you with hard truth, real life experience, and some real talk on getting uncomfortable, ditching perfectionism, and embracing failure kind of like a boss. So let's be real. If you want that 7, 8, 9-figure success in your practice, the person you are right now is not the person who's going to get you to that next level. So grab your coffee, grab your smoothie, grab your friend, grab your kids, grab whoever, settle in. We're going to talk about some real life, how to shake things up and have that mindset for growth that we know that we need. So don't forget to share this episode with someone that you know needs that push to grow. Let's get into it. I have been in this entrepreneurial space literally for 2 decades. And because of my lack of knowledge, because of my unwillingness to make changes in certain areas, I personally ran a business at a loss for many, many, many years. And I did that in other areas of my life. You know, these types of mindsets and failures don't just isolate themselves usually to one area of your life, usually. And as I've come out of that and gained success and, you know, and gotten coached up and gotten mentored, I think it's critical that people learn, the people that are in business ownership, that they learn the key steps and some of the critical components to be successful, especially if you grew up in an environment where you didn't see a lot of business owners be successful. If you didn't grow up seeing like, you know, your dad is a thriving entrepreneur or whatever the case may be. So I talk about business all the time, and I talk about my mistakes all the time. That's, you know, you'll hear about my stuff peppered all in every single episode. But I think that there are some things about business growth that are tangible and some things that are not tangible, like some things that are innate, that are inside of you. And that lends to your success, honestly. And that's your mindset for growth. As many of you know, if you didn't know, I'm niched to health professionals. So I have a marketing agency. It's called Microsite. This show is actually sponsored by Microsite, my own company. And what we do is we set up ad campaigns and strategies for health practitioners, entrepreneurs, independent business owners, doctors, physicians, dentists, chiropractors, wellness entrepreneurs, health, all those folks, fitness professionals, health coaches, all those good guys. So I'm always having to kind of help my practitioners understand that they kind of got to be a unicorn if they want to make a lot of money. And that's mindset. That's not a marketing strategy, y'all. That's literally mindset and belief that what you have, the gifts that you have to bring to the world, need to be heard and seen, and people need to pay for it, and people need to spend money with you. A lot of practitioners don't believe that. They believe that they are put here to help people, not necessarily to be wealthy. And I've got a gift for kind of helping health entrepreneurs crack open so that they can see that it's okay for them to make money and help people all at the same time. So this discussion for this particular episode, it's me. I'm getting a little preachy, y'all. If you know me, you know I like to get up on that pedestal and I don't be coming down until my point is seen and heard. And I want to make sure that if you are a health entrepreneur, if you fit into the category of somebody who is in the health and wellness space and you own your own business, you have your own programs, you're doing your own thing, you're making money, you're eating what you kill every single month, then this episode is for you. I know that it's a very lonely place, lonely road, entrepreneurship, especially if you're not in masterminds and coaching programs and things where you are always having conversations about business growth, about, you know, some of the pitfalls as a CEO and a founder, about some of the issues, you know, hell, even being a woman or being a minority, or I mean, that could kind of go on and on and on. But I want you to earmark this episode or bookmark it. Earmark is old school. I want you to bookmark this episode and I want you to share it with at least one practitioner, one fitness professional, health coach, wellness entrepreneur, chiropractor, dentist, physician, one of those types of folks that needs to hear and be reminded about what critical components they have to have inside in order for their business to pop off, okay? So the first one I'm gonna drop on y'all is you have to get uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. I don't know who came up with the slogan however many years ago, but it's genius. It really, really is. You can't you can't get to, seven figures, eight figures, hell, even multiple six figures and still be the same person that you are right now. The person you are right now is not going to be the person that gets you to have wild success. I'm here to tell you, I haven't met you, I don't know you, but what I know is that if you have big dreams, you have big goals, you have a big message, and you want a big platform, you need to be a different person. And usually that requires you to be uncomfortable. What does discomfort feel like? How long can you sit in discomfort and grow? How many people did you have to have an uncomfortable conversation with to fire them from your business when you know you've been paying them for too long anyway? You had to get uncomfortable with that type of leadership, right? I could go on and on and on with examples of how we as business owners, CEOs, founders, when we're so close to our product and we're so close to our promise and our transformation that we're providing for our clients, we forget that we still have to be the boss. So that means that, yeah, we have to understand how money works and our KPIs and all the things, right? Yeah, that some people run from numbers. You got to lean into it. That means that, yeah, you're going to have to raise your prices. Who am I talking to that can hear me right now? That means that there's going to be some uncomfortable conversations that you may have to have with lifelong clients of yours because you have to grow, because you have to get better. So I want to challenge you to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfort. Live in the discomfort. Growth only happens in discomfort. And I want to tell you that if you're not a little scared, you're not doing enough and you're not doing it right. So if you're trying to crack open to that next level in your business, that next financial milestone, shake things up a bit and do the hard things, right? Another mindset tip I want to give y'all is I want you to ditch perfectionism. Like, I never, ever, ever, ever want to be perfect, but I want to make progress. And I know I have so many examples of how I wanted things to be perfect that I've wasted so much money because, like, here's an example. Like, I had a photo shoot or something coming up for back when I was, I think I was helping Jamal with the gym, the second gym that we opened, the third, final, hell, so many of them, I don't know. But the last one that we most recently closed. And I wanted it to be perfect. And I didn't order the t-shirts and stuff in enough time because honestly, like, when you're ordering swag and things like that, it shouldn't cost an arm and a leg. It shouldn't be like, $80 a unit and stuff like that. So you're supposed to prepare and do these things in advance. And I didn't. And I was so hell-bent on just the aesthetics of the photo shoot. And I wanted it to be right. And I finally got everybody organized and together, which is hard enough to do anyway. And so I went to one of those same day t-shirt printing places and paid like $30 to $40 a shirt. Like, I spent like $1,000 when I could have spent like $250 because I wanted it to be perfect. So not only was I wrong with that thinking, but it didn't even make anything better, and I lost money. It's not like the photo shoot helped me make more money. It helped me like make more social media posts, but I wasn't even thinking right because I just wanted it to be perfect. How many of you guys can come up with an example in your own life and your own business where you've either remained stuck or made bad decisions because you just had to be a certain way, or you had to sit with the cool kids, or you had to pay for a coaching group you didn't have no business being a part of, or you had to offer a service because one client complained or one client says something to you and you felt like it was necessary to make the change, not putting your business first, but just focusing on the perfectionism of it and not sitting in, is this a good decision for me? So we get stuck, especially healers, especially empaths. You get stuck in this cycle of perfection and there's no growth happening. So what I want you to think about is when you're focused on, every day I'm going to do something to help my business make money, I'm going to do something to help myself grow, action is going to beat inaction every single time. It would have been much better if I just did the photo shoot. because I got the people together. We were going to film some reels. We popping. That's the action that I needed to focus on because I didn't plan correctly and honestly didn't even have the budget to waste the money that I wasted, but it looked good, right? So I want y'all to get things done, even if it's messy. Even if it's messy. We already committed that we're going to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And now we're like, you know what? Let's ditch this perfectionism. We're going to stay in action and we're going to do the thing. We're going to rip the Band-Aid and we're going to do the masterclass. We're going to start the email campaign. We're going to create the job description. We're going to stay in action because no matter what, if you doing putting the right effort and the right intention behind your business, you have the only way that you can only succeed. You can only succeed. Here's something else, y'all, that I want you to think about when you're talking about that mindset for greatness, right? That mindset for growth. My dog's over here woofing. Hopefully he can save me. I don't know if someone's coming to the door. All right. I want you to think about, this team component and really mastering the art of delegation. I know some of you guys are probably like, well, Lauren, I'm just starting out, or I don't have budget, or I don't, whatever. I'm like, I'm going to call bullshit on that because that means that you're not dreaming big enough and you're not thinking big enough to put the right value behind your services so that you can have the right help that you need. That's what I'm going to say. What I believe is that there should not ever be a solopreneur that has no help. I'm not saying you need a team of 30 people, right? But you do have to master the art of delegation because that's where you have that's where you have that growth mindset when you know that you're going to need people to help you get to the next level. So if we start by even mapping out who these people are that could potentially help us get to the next level, at minimum, just mapping out who they are. I'm going to pause so my dog can bark for a second. So when we're mastering the art of delegation, here's what I want you to think of is that if you're trying to do everything on your own, that's only signs that you're just basically a control freak and that you want to be burned out. Like you don't mind doing all the things and getting on the fast track to burnout. So for everybody that, for the most part, I'm talking to people who have a health business, a health and wellness business, you cannot do all the things. You cannot be the healer, the front desk, the appointment taker, the customer service. You just can't. So if you start envisioning your business as the empire that you want it to be, which could be like a team of 4 or it could be a team of 20, everybody has a different thought process into what growth looks like for them. If you're thinking of it in that way, then you're already going to have that carved out, the positions that you need at minimum. I'm tired of y'all bootstrapping your dreams together and then expecting it to just work. At a certain point, you're going to have to make the investment, get the money to do the thing so you have the right people in place. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this weak mindset. Practitioners, you have to have the right help. You have to be the right boss. You have to be a great leader. You cannot do this on your own. And I don't want you to even go down this path of thinking that it can be done that way. The best example I have of this right now is my husband, Jamal. So you'll hear me talking about him a lot because we're in growth mode with him as we launch his online health coaching and fitness platform. And he already knows, like he went straight into the game. He was like, okay, Lauren, for my spot here in Atlanta, the rent's $1,500 for me to have a social media manager is X amount, for me to have a virtual assistant to manage all of my lead management. And he was like, I need to automate. So I want to make sure I automate my meal plans, but this and that. So he was already like, he's like, I'm going into this knowing how much money I want to make and how much money I need to spend each month. Like that's the mindset. A weaker individual would have just opened the business and been like, oh my God, I have so many things to do. I'm so burned out. Oh God. Yeah, that's the voice you guys make when you're in distress mode. Oh my God, it's so hard. I'm all alone. I didn't have to be, but here I am. Okay. Let me stop. Okay. So let's keep on moving because we have a lot to cover. This mindset thing is a big deal. It's a big deal, and I see a lot of people stay stuck because of it. I see a lot of folks who just never progress, and they just blame, and they never ever really fully realize and actualize that the onus is on them to be the unicorn to make their shit just pop off, straight up. So how do we do that? Part of that is the reason why I have this show. You have to embrace failure. You have to embrace. Yes, actually, if you haven't failed, like epic failed, you aren't trying enough. You're not trying hard enough. If you ain't lost 1 million, oh my God. If you ain't lost 6 figures, now this is not a battle of to see who can fail the hardest, okay? Because you ain't got to go through all of that in order to have a big win, which is why I have the show, because I want to tell y'all all my shit and my friends' shit and how they messed up their money and stuff, so you don't have to. But in this process of learning, you will make mistakes, you will stumble, and you have to embrace it. You can't run away from it. You have to lean into it. Failure isn't a bad thing. No, bruh, it's feedback. Every failure brings lessons and pushes you to grow. And if you really kind of think about that, like if I had not had that gym and that experience where I was losing money every single month, but still keeping it open for my own vanity reasons, I would not be able to have my multi-7-figure empire that I have with my marketing agency now. I wouldn't. Our next milestone is 8 figures. We're approaching it very, very, very quickly. If I didn't understand how to get treated like trash by employees or get sued for unemployment stuff, you know what I'm saying, from people that I thought I was mentoring and I was close to, if I didn't know how to manage a partner and contracts and rent and payroll, how would I ever be able to get to this next horizon, this next evolution of myself? I'm so grateful for the money I've lost and the failures. Yeah, I'm saying it with a somewhat straight face. Because while it is hard to sit in that and to think about, God, how I fucked up. I could have done this better. I could have done this differently. It sucks. But you got to be able to push past, you learn from it, you process it, you digest it, and you make that commitment to not do it again. When you are stuck in that hamster wheel of failure, that going back and forth of growth and not growth, and making money and not making money, of drawing a salary and not drawing a salary, of paying your employees first, of doing all the other things first instead of taking care of your family, what you're doing is you're actually saying and stamping to the universe every single time you accept it that I don't mind failing and I'm okay with it. You're saying it. Your body language and your actions are going to speak louder than any words you could ever say. And you accepting the bullshit is you saying, I want to stay here. And I did that. But once I was able to step out of that bullshit and see, as my friend JJ, Mary Morrissey, always says, you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. When you step outside of the frame to see yourself and to look at what you're actually doing, you learn from that failure. And you make changes, you shift, you pivot, you recoup, you reassess, you reset. And you do it as many times as you need to until you get that shit right. Because failure is a muscle. It's a muscle that you keep working and it can grow. And sometimes it can look good, especially on the outside aesthetically, but on the inside it's rotten and it's toxic and it's sick. Don't you do that. Don't you stay on that cycle. You break that cycle. You play this episode when you need to get snapped back into reality, that you're in this business to make money, to make a future and a legacy for yourself and for your family, and most importantly, to heal the world, your audience, your avatar, your niche. You don't need to be stuck in failure. So you got to snap yourself out of it. You learn and you keep progressing. And another tip I'm going to give you while you're in this mode of, understanding that you have to delegate and understanding you to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that you ain't got to be perfect, and that, I'm going to fail. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to keep it moving. I want you to protect your energy like it's your most expensive asset. Protect your energy at all costs. I did not do that for quite a while. And I'm one of those energy people, meaning people always say to me, Lauren, I love your energy. Oh my God, Lauren, you're just so awesome. You're such a vibe. I love your energy. Not knowing that some of those people were energy seekers. They were light seekers. They were light takers. Darkness loves light. And if you are a unicorn, meaning you're a top 1% health influencer, entrepreneur, and you are that person that can help your niche go through a specific transformation, That means that your energy needs to be, need to have a force field around you. That's with the company that you keep. That's with the clients that you enroll. That's with the bookings and the gigs and things that you take as a speaker. That's with the places that you visit. That's with how many hours a week that you work. If your energy is off, then all of this shit's fucked. If your energy isn't aligned with the mission, what are we doing? I've done that before, y'all, for years, where I allowed people to come in and to suck my light and to take it, and I would absorb their burdens, and I would absorb their stress, and I would absorb their negative energy and their toxic energy, and it would actually manifest itself inside of me, for sure. I don't want to get too personal on here, but yeah, I had to go through some things. I had to learn. I even started going to Reiki with Dr. Shanique Worthy so I could understand how energy works and moves in the body. So you have to know that other people and their projects and those clients, they either give you energy or they drain it from you. You have to know the difference. And I want you to know that the energy, this is not the tangible stuff that's written down in the book. This is the woo-woo side. This is the non-tangible side. This is why I'm here. This is why I want to tell y'all that if you don't protect that energy, you will get run through, you will lose money, you can lose your business, and you can lose your light. And this is the reason why you're here, is because you've got a message, because you've got a gift. And I want you to just remind yourself to take 2 steps back if you're giving too much, because it will negatively affect you faster than any of the other things that I mentioned. Okay, let's keep rolling, y'all. Next, I wrote this down, and I don't think that this is going to be a problem for my crew because you guys are all learned practitioners, right? I want you guys to always commit to being a lifelong learner. I want you to commit to getting the coaching, getting the mentoring, being an apprentice, being a steward of your craft, being just always pushing the envelope on how to get better at business. Me, myself, I invest about $30,000 to $40,000 annually to be a better boss, to be a better bitch, to be a better leader, to be a better mentor. I absolutely have a coach. I absolutely am in coaching programs and mentoring programs in addition to mentoring other people. Absolutely. We're all limited by our own lens, by our own experiences. And if you stay in the bubble, in the closet, and don't get out to the conferences and get out to the networking events and opportunities, then how are you supposed to, you can't grow past what you already know. If you're the smartest person in the room, bruh, find a new room. Find a new room. JJ, one of my mentors, JJ Virgin, she tells me this all the time. She doesn't ever want to be the smartest and the brightest. I'm like, damn, girl, you smart. Commit to that. Commit to constantly unlearning and relearning and rethinking and reshaping. Constantly, like, lean into the AI. Lean into, diverse audiences. Lean into finding new ways for your niche to transform. I want you to always be that shiny resource that's like, yeah, I'm always getting better. What about you? Yeah, I'm always, getting advice from my mentors and other resources. I love this for you. Commit to it. One thing a quarter. One thing a quarter that you can do. If it's too much, maybe commit to like once or twice a year. Something that you can do to make yourself, elevate yourself in elevated thinking. It could be academic, it could be clinical, it could be business, right? Or something for your family. Be a better mom, be a better boss, all the things. And that goes right into the next critical thing, I think, for like that mindset for growth, is to take care of yourself. Who wants a burnt out practitioner? Docs, practitioners, coaches, bosses. When's the last time you had a health check? Huh? I'm going to take some tea. When's the last time you had your own exam, a medical exam? When's the last time you've run through a program to help you optimize your body and your healing? When's the last time you went to get some infrared light, healing energy? When's the last time you went to Reiki? When's the last time you talked to your therapist? When's the last time you took a walk? What's the last time you did something mindful for yourself? Is it scheduled in? Mine is Fridays, honey. Because the mama doesn't have her facial and her lashes and her nails, nothing is right in business or at home or in the world. So in order for me to make money, in order for me to be happy and smiling and full of energy and life, I have to be well. I told my husband that as soon as, because he's, in growth mode. He already, I could see the burnout, kind of like in the mirror. I could see it a little bit because he needs to, we're hiring the people and we're doing the things, but he also needs to take the time and go play the basketball, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Go lift and move heavy things and do the things that you need to do and model the behavior that we want our clients to exhibit, right? Right? Even for me in a marketing agency, that our methods and our systems help put time back in our doctor's life. I don't expect them to be working harder because we're doing marketing for them now. No, we're going to do higher ticket things. So you're working less and making more. That's what we're doing. And I'm modeling that exact behavior. You're damn right. Right. So take care of yourself. Your health and your sanity are just non-negotiables when we're talking about long-term success. Straight up. All right. Couple more. This is a big one. The last two are really, really big. Last two are big. Because we're talking mindset, y'all. I know you're like, oh, what are the business tips and the insights? These are the insights, okay? Take these notes. Go to my microsite.com to the show notes, to the podcast page, so you can get these notes, right? Keep your why front and center at all times. At all times. Why do you think I have my children and my husband to my right and to my left behind me, right? Why do you think I have my bouquet? That's a brooch bouquet. I didn't do flowers. Even though I'm a girly girl, but I don't like flowers like that. When they just die, it's like, why pay all that money at the wedding? So I did a brooch bouquet. And I have everything surrounding me at all times. So if ever I get lost for words, if ever I'm just like, because I work virtually, so I'm on video a lot all day long. And if ever I get where I don't understand why I'm doing this, or I just feel lost, I look to my right, I look to my left, and that is why I'm doing this. Those are my people, my babies, my family. That's my driver. Hell, I like to make money, but I need to do things with such clear intention. And that's also the last thing, is like, you have to know your why, but be so intentional with your energy and with your purpose. I want you all to commit to speaking life over your business every single day. If you are a praying person, you are going to pray over your business every single day. Success does not happen by accident. It's the results of daily living, intention, and focus. Daily living intentionally and with clear focus. And baby, when I tell you I've ran businesses where I wasn't doing that, and it was evident, and it was clear, and those chapters are closed. Every day that I wake up excited to help my practitioners. I wake up knowing my purpose. I wake up very clear on what I have to do and what my assignment is. And I say it out loud out of our mouths. That's the thing, guys. Our actions may not be an indicator of what we really want and need and feel in our business. Your actions speak. When I was running that business at a loss for all those years, my actions indicated that every single day that I did it. So I want you to reset that. Think differently about how you grow in this thing. And I have an affirmation that I'm going to read, and it'll be in my show notes. You can copy and paste it. I want you to read this affirmation out loud every single day, either when the sun rises or before you go to sleep at night. But I want you to say this: I am a successful healer and business owner. I operate my practice with intention, integrity, and purpose. I attract the right clients, create transformative results, and grow in alignment with my vision. Every day, I am taking steps towards my highest potential. My work is a blessing to others, and abundance flows through me and through my practice at all times. Success is not rocket science. It's about mindset. I want you to do the inner work, get out of your own way, and stay uncomfortable. You'll find your practice thriving, y'all, before you know it. Start each day with intention, prayed up, and focused on what really matters. Your business will reflect the energy and intention that you put into it. So I'm going to say it one more time. Success doesn't just happen. It's created through faith, focus, and intentional action. The other part, we can teach you. We can coach you. We can guide you. We can give you the business principles. But we can't make you want it. We can't make you live it, breathe it, think it, and know it. And that is my challenge to you. So bookmark this podcast. Follow me at I Am Lauren Powers on Instagram. I'll see y'all next week. Hey, y'all, thanks for tuning in to Power Moves Health Marketing Podcast. If you're ready to transform your practice with smarter strategies and cutting-edge tools, I want you to head over to microsite.com to book a strategy session with me and my team. While you're there, check out the show notes for links, resources, and my free Power Moves playbook. Remember, every move you make is a step toward becoming the health business leader you're meant to be. Let's keep building your momentum.